So yeah, this is a favorite car of mine too. So this is the Silvia, and I saw on NoPixel, which is another server, 701G had the Silvia, and that's what kind of got me into it because I was like, wow, that looks awesome. But when I found it on this, the exact same thing. I mean, not quite the exact same thing. I'm not gonna lie. I think the one on NoPixel is a little better in terms of appearance. But this is it with the Rocket Bunny kit. I do like that you can have the tires wider on this server, but the one thing wait. Let's get a better look at it. Let me see if I can take the tires down and see if that will maybe do it better, I guess, because I'll try and show you what I'm talking about. I can't really say what I'm referencing until I actually show you, so let's see if we can do this. Yeah. And that could just be because of the wider fenders, but it just looks to me like you see I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it just looks too like there's too much of an opening there, but the wider tires do fix that. But it still kind of looks empty from like this angle. See the front left tire? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't like that opening there. It just kind of makes it look weird. Like, I don't know why it can't fit. But anyways, I decided to go with this color because, the taillights are all blacked out. So is the headlights, which look really cool, I might add. The wheels, you can change the wheel color. I'm not totally sure if you could actually change the wheels. Some of these you can, some of these can't. If I remember correctly, you cannot change the wheels on this. But to be honest, I thought about it and I looked at a couple and I didn't even want to. Yeah, you cannot change the wheels. But you can change the color. So, I mean, that's good enough for me, but I don't want to change the color anyway. Yeah, that's sticking out more in the front or the rear. That's bothering me. I try and make it about balanced, That's what I go for. Looks about right. I've always been a fan of Rocket Bunny kits. I never really heard of the Rocket Bunny kit until, well, yeah, you gotta hear this thing too. Let me turn this up. It sounds a lot like the one from NoPixel. At a high RPM. Just wait right here. Right there. Sounds good, I'm not gonna sounds good, I'm not gonna lie. That guy's wheels are cambered on the truck. Wow. Yeah, it's crazy, and it's so nice because there's a spot in this specifically, like Grand Theft Auto 5's new update. Except, these custom servers, I'm not going to bash Rockstar or anything like that. I respect what they've done, and you got to remember, we wouldn't have these servers if they never did what they did either. But, those car meets and all that stuff, it's been around for way longer than Rockstar did their update. It's been around for months, and I'm going to say even years since they actually did that. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Oh, okay, never mind. That's for something else. But there is a designated car spot in this server. I thought that thing at the top left that says cars, I thought that was where the designated spot is, but yeah, there's a bunch of teleports, right here. Custom maps, you know what I'm saying? There's drift events, there's car meets. I mean, there's so many different things on this server that I can't even explain to it. Or get into explaining it all. But yeah, I didn't really got into Rocket Bunny kits until I saw one on a Mercedes. And then, eventually I saw the all-popular one on the Aventador. The Lamborghini Rocket Bunny Aventador kit. And that one looks awesome. I've always been a fan of Lamborghinis. Ironically enough, unfortunately to my knowledge, right now they don't have a Rocket Bunny kit. Oh, this guy has a Sylvia too. See, it just doesn't look as good with the wheels tucked in like that, in my opinion. That just looks... He has his out a little bit though. That's not stock. But yeah, I just prefer that. There's a guy with a Supra. You know what I'm saying? There's just so many different options on this server. My favorite part though about the Rocket Bunny kits, I don't know, you know, like a lot of them I've seen, they leave the, exactly what I just said, they leave the tires still tucked into the fenders. And to me it just looks, I'm going to say it looks bad when you just leave, well, you know, when you extend the fenders out like that, but you leave the tires small. You know, I don't understand that. To me that looks really bad. But if you've seen my other videos, I also prefer like trucks and lifted trucks. You know, and a lot of that has to do with what they call offset, where the wheels stick out past the fenders. To me, I've just always been a fan of that look. And to me, if you're going to be a car guy and put a Rocket Bunny kit and extend your fenders out like that, like you just have to have your tires stick out farther, or it just doesn't look right. You know, that's just my opinion. Let's see if we can do this jump. Okay. We cannot. Too much speed, man. I couldn't control it. But let's just do some driving, see how this thing handles corners. I modified the settings before I started this, so let's see how this thing does corners. It's quite spinny, you know, but it's controllable. And I said in the last one, there's I think 680 players on this server right now. And it can hold 700. So yeah, that's why we're seeing so many other players. Let's try this again. Yeah, I don't know, for some reason when I do that it doesn't want to go left when I hit the jump. I've done it with the Dodge, and the Dodge Cummins was able to do it, so I know it's doable, but this car just doesn't want to do it. And I think you can modify the brakes in this too. I would think you almost have to, because that's really the only problem why we can't do a lot of those turns. Now, I'll bump this thing down and you'll see this thing is... You know, you can turn this thing, factory, this thing handled like one of the best that I've used. But the problem is, stock vehicles in this game, on this one, can only do like 100 and like, I don't know, like less than 150. Oh, there's no way we just did that. But yeah, there's a better look at it. I think this thing looks awesome. This is one of my favorite Nissans of all time. I do like the R34, but honestly, I would rather have one of these, I think. Partly because the R series are just so played out at this point. But, I mean, I would rather have a truck over anything else anyway. But if I had to have a vehicle or a car, and hypothetically speaking, there was a Nissan, which I don't think I would personally buy a Nissan, but the Silvia is a very amazing vehicle. The way that it looks, I don't know, I like the old school vehicles more than the newer ones. I'm not really a fan of that many new cars, to be honest with you. Trucks included, I don't like the new 2020 models. They don't look as good to me. Yeah, this thing handles awesome. I still prefer the CLK GTR though. If you haven't seen that one, check the previous, but yeah. This one handles very nice as well. It just doesn't want to stop. And even though you're only going like 30, it still doesn't turn. I know, it's weird. There we go. Just trying to hit some corners. There we go. There's an R34, I think. Or maybe an R35. No, that's, yeah, I don't know. I think that was an R35. Or R34. I like the R32 the best personally because of the taillights. I think the R32 taillights look better than the R34 and 5. Yeah, see, if you're going any kind of speed, it's all because of that. This. Let's go back down, and it should be fine. Yeah, see this thing, when you go down like that with the power, it turns amazing. I'm not sure why it doesn't turn at the same speeds with higher power output, because that really should have no effect on it, because you're not accelerating, you're just trying to brake. I mean, look at that turns perfectly. I will try and do a few more corners with this. And then we'll move on to something else. I'm thinking about I tried the drift event the other day. I actually didn't do, all things considered, that it was my first time. I really didn't do bad. You know, there's a bunch of drift tracks, and you actually can score points and compete. Like that, like, see that drift there? Let's try and drift some corners. We'll try and drift around this corner right here. Yeah, see it? Like, I'm not that bad at drifting, I don't think. We'll try and drift some more corners. Screw it. Yeah, see, it's not that bad at all. Maybe that's how you're just meant to drive these. With power like that, you know? You just gotta drift it. I'm not sure. Like I said, I haven't experimented yet with the settings that much, but... I mean, I've never really tried to drift ever in this game, but I just feel like it's secondhand, you know? It just seems like it's not that difficult. At least on this server, you know? Like, look at that, man. Perfect drift. We stayed in the line and everything. Alright, well, that's enough for this one, so, we'll leave it at that. Like I said, I think I might try a drift event and maybe try and make a drift build someday, but I already know it's going to be stressful because I have no clue about the modifying yet. I have to learn the modifying. But this, I mean, this server, you know, you just simply slide the bars and it does it. But it's going to take a lot of trial and error, and I know it's going to be an annoying experience. But if I ever manage to get it down and actually get like a good drift build, it'll be so much fun, you know. And that's kind of what I'm. You know, because drifting in this game is very fun, especially if you have a car that drifts automatically around corners. Like, it's a whole nother level, you know, it really is. Or, I mean, I don't want to say that, it's a whole different experience, you know. Like, we're actually stuck right now. You know, it's like racing and playing the game, but a whole different way, you know. It's like driving an A-class car and an S-class car. You know, it's like, it's the same thing, but one's just a whole different experience.